The Cherry Audio GX-80 combines two incredible synths into one. You get the Yamaha GX1 and the Yamaha CS80. And I've always been a huge fan of the CS80, and now Cherry Audio makes it affordable for anyone to have that power and sound in their home studio at just $59. It's available on Mac or Windows in VST, VST3, AU, and AAX formats. Now let's give it a listen. All right, so there's some huge sounds in this thing, and that was just a little sample of what it's got. But let's have a look at the user interface a little bit, because it may look a little confusing at first. There's lots of these little faders on here, but they have it broken down into sections, which makes it kind of easier to understand. So this square over in the top left corner here, this is your effects section. You can see you have chorus, flange, more effects down here, delay, reverb. So that's your effects section right over here. And then in this section here, this is what they call the voice rank parameters. So this is kind of like controlling your oscillators, but there's much more to it than just controlling oscillators. And now this section here, they call the performance controls, because these were kind of intended to use on the go. So in like live situations, or just for like automation and that sort of thing in the studio, where you could adjust these things while you're playing. And you have a lot of stuff in there that you can adjust. You have ring modulator, detune, master pitch, sub oscillator, and then all of these buttons in here for your different sounds like flute, electric piano, guitar. There's a lot in there. Touch response, all kinds of things in here. And then this section down at the bottom here, this is your global controls. And you can see you can change the number of voices, voice assign. You have this section right here called layer mode. And in single mode, that's just going to be your typical Yamaha CS80. Then if you put it into dual mode, that combines the CS80 with the GX1. And then you can also have it in split mode, which splits the two voicings on the keyboard. So there's lots of options for sounds with this thing. And then over on the side here, these are called your left-hand controls, because you control them with your left hand, and you can turn your effects on and off. So if you want the flange on, the delay, the reverb, the rotary chorus, you can have all of these things on just by using these buttons over here. And you have some other settings that you can adjust easily with your left hand over on the side there. And of course, you can map this to your MIDI keyboard if you like. And that's basically it for the actual synthesizer controls. And of course, you have your keyboard that you can do. Then at the top here is your Cherry Audio plugin wrapper kind of thing. And we have that cool focus that we can zoom in on sections, so we can adjust them a lot easier than when we're zoomed out like this. So you can focus in on whatever controls you want to adjust. Then you can just go back however you want. You also have your oversampling here, and it goes up to 4 times oversampling. You have this QWERTY keyboard. So if you want to control it by your QWERTY keyboard, you can do that. Then you have your MIDI panic. So if it's making weird noises and won't stop, you can just push that. You have your MIDI learn right there, so you can map different sections. You can make the user interface bigger or smaller. Right now it's at 100%, but we can make it smaller if we want. Or of course, we can make it bigger if we want. I'll put it back to 100%. And then you have some more settings in here. And one that you might be interested in is changing the theme. This just kind of changes the color of the outside. You can see it's silver when you change it to the GX. You might like that, find that a little more inspiring, or you might like the classic wood look. So I'll leave it on that. I like the wood look. You have redo and undo buttons. And then one of the big things with the original synths was presets. And Cherry Audio always delivers on presets. There's over 1,000 presets in this thing, and you can see that they always have them nicely organized. You have basses, bells, brass, keys, leads, organs, pads, percussion, plucks, poly, sound effects, sound FX, splits, strings, and tone banks. So let's give some of these presets a listen right now. All right, now let's look at some keys. All right, now let's have a listen to some of the strings. All right, with that one, I could really picture having like a side chained compression going into that and controlling it and really making it thump. That actually would sound so cool with that preset. This thing is capable of so much. I love it. Let's go into tone banks. Let's try some brass. Get into some basses here. Cherry Audio always do an incredible job on their emulations, but if you want to hear how one of their own original synths sound, click the video on the screen. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.